Today, I'm going to teach you how I do my birds.
Alrighty, so step one, you want to get your white base, and it can be a cheaper paint if you want, and you just spread it all over because you need to make that white base. Add a little bit of color into that, so whether it be blue, gray, whatever color you want, just add a tiny bit. I like to have really plain, simple backgrounds, so that's why I do this. Mix it all up really well. You want it to be an even color, and that's just the Windex to make it a bit more watery so it spreads better. Then just mix it some more, and then what you want to do is start spreading it on your canvas with that little spatula thing. That just allows you to not waste so much when you get to the roller. So you spread it all out all over the canvas, and then you grab your roller once it's all spread out, and then you just roll it back and forth, back and forth. Try and make it as even as you can, because the evener it is, the easier it is to cover it with the next layer. Alright, so once you've drawn it all out, I used a projector for this one to save time. You want to go in and do your eyes, and I start off with the black outlines just to really mark it out because you cover it all up with your lines. Then I add a base color, and then you just want to add the dark bits first and add the light in after. So this is like a reddish color I'm going for here, and then I'll start to add in the highlights. With the highlights, you start with a watered down version of the white so that it is a bit more see-through, transparent, and then you come in later with a thick white and you add that as the full highlight that's not see-through. And you'll see me do that here in a second once these are covered. Yep, so now I'm adding in those white highlights. Next up, I start on the beak. So once again, you want to start with the dark colors and work your way. So I just kind of mark it out where it's meant to be, because with your pencil lines being so light, they're really easy to cover up or easy to smudge with your hand as well. So I work the dark to the light, and that's the nose bit, which is a slightly yellow color. And you just want to work it, add little white squiggly things, just make it look like your reference as much as possible, and then get started on the black around the eyes as well. Here we're starting to add the base colors for the feathers, and those are really important as you need a white base to cover up that blue underneath. So we work that white base, add some dark bits where the feathers are darker, you can see on your reference photo. And as you go, you add detail. So I like to dry it in between with a hairdryer just to save time, and that really helps. Here's my fan brush, just mixing some colors together. Fan brushes are really important for the feathers as well. And here we go, adding more the dark wing feathers underneath, because the white is going to overlap over the top of them. And you can see what I'm doing now is just adding that white base layer with a darker grey. Just where any shadows, you want to add the shadows in first, and the whites just to cover the blue at the first stage. As you can see here, we start to add in a little bit of the yellow color. It's kind of like a reflection from his feet. You'll see later on they're a bright yellow, and that's just because the feathers are so white that they reflect, and then you want to work the shadows into that as well. Now I've just added a few more bits of those wing feathers underneath, and we're adding more white again, starting to add a little more detail by using the brush sideways so it makes little lines. And I like to dry it in between as I go as well. Here we're adding a bit of grey just so that it has shadows underneath the white, because the white's such a straight colour, it's hard to see the detail with it. So if you add a lighter grey underneath, then it shows the shadows really well, which is what you can see I'm doing there. And as you add on it turns into feathers. It's kind of like a cloud, how they have a dark underneath and then light on top, but you'll figure it out as you go. And yeah, just adding in all the small details as we go here. Here I'm starting on the feet, and they're just such a bright yellow, so I had to do a white base coat first. And you can see that they're starting to come out really well. It's such a cool looking bird with those bright yellow feet. I really enjoyed painting this one. But yeah, once again, that white base coat just to cover up the blue, because you don't want the blue showing through on your photo. It'll look, or your painting, sorry, it'll look a bit like you didn't fully cover it, you know. And then this is the perch. I did it black first to just add that contrast, and then I'm gonna go in and make the little bark and stuff that's added there. I usually don't take too much time with my perches and things because that's not my focus. It's more the bird that's important to me. And this is me just signing it. You always want to sign your work, whether it be on the front or the back. Yeah, and just sign it, and then you can look at it and enjoy. Here's the finished result. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really helps. All the support has been wonderful, and I hope to do more videos showing you how I do my paintings. And yeah, have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.